To the central region now, where the Ankaful Prison Camp is struggling to feed and cater to the health needs of inmates. The shortage of food and medical supplies is negatively impacting the welfare of inmates at the camp, requiring an urgent intervention. There is more in the following report by Central Regional Correspondent Calvis Tete.
Present conditions at the camp do not ensure the well-being of the 2,259 inmates who are being kept at the prison. It is always a challenge for camp officials to feed inmates properly, as the Citi 80 pesos feeding grant per head provided by the government is woefully inadequate. This augments with the produce from farms that are cultivated by the inmates, as well as donations. Most of the inmates look sick and malnourished. Strikingly, the communicable disease prison, just like the other camps, is also short of medical supplies, placing inmates with health issues in a precarious situation. Some prison officers who spoke to Citi News on the condition of anonymity expressed deeper concerns and frustrations. They say attempts to have the feeding grant, which was last increased during late Professor Mills' era, adjusted upwards, has proven futile. These officers sometimes have to solicit for funds to cater for the critically ill. They say inmates who have been completely abandoned by their families are in a more perilous situation. In order to provide some relief, the Islamic Mission Secretariat presented some food items to the camp. The donation, made mainly to the Muslims who represent 570 out of the total prisoners at the Ankaful Maximum Communicable Disease Prison, main and their next camp, is to provide support for them during the period of Ramadan. Miriam Suleiman, leader of the women's wing of the Islamic Mission Secretariat, spoke to Citi News.
So we came basically to respond to their needs. And we normally counsel them, we talk to them for them to be able to reform properly as they come out. And then we also appeal to the society that any time they come out from the prison, we should welcome them, because sometimes they feel so neglected. So as a result, they will find themselves doing the very bad thing that brought them back to the prison. So we are encouraging everyone that whenever an inmate is discharged from the prison, let us all welcome and then get something for them to be doing. We brought some foodstuffs amounted to about 16,000 cedis, made up of rice, maize, millets, tomatoes, fish, eggs, a lot, plantain, so that we'll prepare it. And when it's time for iftar, when we say iftar, the evening when we are breaking the fast, we break it together with them. This is what we've been doing since 2019, with the exception of 2020, during the COVID year that we could not do it.
While sharing her observation on the camp with Citi News, Miriam Suleiman called on government to, as a matter of urgency, increase the feeding grant of prisoners, while also taking steps to provide some essential medicines to the camps. He also appealed to benevolent entities to render support to the inmates, and also called for proper reformatory systems to be instituted to allow easy reintegration of former inmates to the larger Ghanaian community.
We observed that they have a lot of challenges. They look very sick. You could see that their food is not properly, I don't know, they look malnourished, if I'll be permitted to say that. And we understand the budget given to them is woefully inadequate, Citi 80 pesos per day. So we are appealing to government and other philanthropists to help the inmates here. We are asking the government to do a little bit to top it up, so that they'll be able to eat, a little balanced diet to make them also feel better. They look very sick. As we visited, they look very, very sick. Because when we take good care of them and then we train them properly, when they come out, they will find something doing. You see, when they come out and they've learned trade whilst in the prison, they will come out and be busy for themselves, so that they will not be idle about to find themselves back into the prison.
For inmates at Ankaful prisons here in the central region, they want government to take a look at their feeding program